Hey YouTube, it's Arwen of Tarot by Arwen. Seek joy, y'all. Today I'm going to be doing a video of not self-published, a small published tarot deck. It's very much available. I highly recommend this deck. And I'm trying to do some of my darker decks this month since we are moving into Samhain. This is by Lorenzi-Prince. It is published by arnellart.com. You can find it at darkgoddesstarot.com. And it's got a great box. Nice and really tough box, right? Love the box. Now, something interesting about this deck. All female. Dark goddess, right? Not dark god, but goddess. So it's a very female-oriented deck. I think men could read with it easily. I don't think it's off-putting to a strong male, but it could be to somebody who doesn't like all 1/6. I can be one of those people. So usually I like a deck that has male and female, but in this deck you'll see why there's easily an exception made. This is a gorgeous deck. The backs are not reversible, but you have to pay really close attention to notice that they're not. So I say that they are. Boom, boom. There's just a little bit of a difference in them. It's truly hard to tell. I had to actually put two together side by side so that I could tell. But they're not reversible. So let's get started looking at these cards. I will be reading from the booklet. It is a little book. It's a very, very skimpy book, but I'm pretty sure Alan has come out with a book or is in the process of writing it. But you see this, you do get full color pictures of a couple of the cards, and then you just get little zips on each, on the descriptions. But what you get, what's really nice is you get a little quote. If you hear a little cheeping outside, I've got a pair of house finches bickering with one another, and there's also some children out playing. We do have a section in the back called Working with the Goddess. There is a spread called Goddess Be With You, which is really nice. It says this is a spread to orient to one's true self. I have a spread out there called The Warrior Within, and I've done it with this deck before, and it was really intense. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of these cards. This is a 2013 printing. Oh, there is one right in the very beginning. It's called Substance and Shadow. This spread gives a quick, incisive look into everyday challenges. Ellen does have an online group called the Dark Goddess Lodge, where she does monthly events and monthly circles, and it's just, I'm in there. I don't participate as much as I'd like, but it's a nice place. I'll put a little link down there for you. So we're going to start out with Sheila Nagig. Now, Sheila Nagig is a goddess I love. Her story is that she's a Celtic goddess, and one of the goddesses of the Celts, the sun goddess, had gone and hidden. She was upset, she didn't want to come out, blah, 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 wah, wah, wah. So Sheila Nagig went and performed comic acts, and when nothing else worked, she did this. Yes, that's right. She displayed her yoni. So Sheila Nagig is the fool. She took chances. She's a British spirit of warning and invitation, and her message to you is dare to come back to where you began. A nice card. And here's your scan of Miss Sheila Nagig. So definitely has the risk-taking and opportunity and brashness that I like to see in a fool. The next one is the Empress. This deck is very multicultural, which I appreciate. And we have the Black Madonna and Child, which is a lovely Empress, right? And her message is compassion and devotion make the impossible possible. Nice. Very much an Empress. She's got the crown. She's got the child. This is all about fertility. A perfect Empress. Now we move to the Emperor, one of our traditionally male cards. Ellen has renamed it to Sovereignty. Let me take my glasses off. I keep getting that glare in my eyes. I'm like, whoa, what is that? And Sovereignty is the Morrigan. And the Morrigan has, I don't know if you can tell, with her, she has her shield, and behind her are the bulls. And the Morrigan's message, never surrender what matters most. Again, a very good Emperor. This is Sovereignty, but it is the 4th card, so it is the Emperor. And it is all about protecting what's yours and taking care of what's yours. Now, the Morrigan is a triple goddess, so she has 3 aspects. This is her warrior mother aspect, I would suppose. And I'm not very well versed on the Morrigan. Ember is better at it than me. That's one of her ladies. I think she works with more than one. I don't know. Some people do. I do. Now we're going to look at the Hermit. And the Hermit I just love because this is one of my favorite characters in the Russian mythos. Do you know who this is yet? House on Chicken Legs. It is Baba Yaga. A great hermit, because Baba Yaga is always off by herself. She doesn't like people. She don't want to be around people. She wants to do her work. Deborah Blake, who is an author with Llewellyn, has written a series, a fictional series, the Baba Yaga series, and Something Wicked. I'll post a link down there, but if you like fiction, get the books. They're so much fun. I truly love them. Now, let's move to one of my favorite cards in any deck. I always look at Death and the Stars, and here is Death. And Death's message is, death is the destiny of life. And we have her own self, Santa de la Muerte, the Lady of Death. Or the Saint of Death. In my favorite reading deck, the Guardian of Fire, the Elder of Fire, has Santa de la Muerte behind her and also a Virgin Mary. So she's got both covered. And you'll notice she's covered both, with the Empress being the Black Virgin, and here is Santa de la Muerte in the Death card. Destruction, also known as the Tower, is an interesting card. And the message is, all the world changes. And we have Kali, Jai Ma Kali. She is a goddess of destruction. Yes, indeed. She is a goddess of tear it down, let you build it back up. Lots of good stuff in Kali, but she is a heck of a goddess to deal with. So she's a great tower. The stars. The stars is, instead of the stars, it's Spider-Woman. So a Native American, a Hopi goddess. Small things hold the earth to heavens. Small things hold the earth to heaven. And this is her weaving her web that connects earth and sky. So it's easy to know it's stars, right? You can just look and see, oh, look, sparkly things in the sky. Star. And the last one is the World card. And this is Coatlicue. Coatlicue is an Aztec, they say, mother of creation. And if I'm not mistaken, she is the goddess that I had a pendant. I gave it to one of my stepdaughters for protection. And it is about, she was dismembered and they had to put her back together again. I think it was her. I may be wrong. I've been wrong before. I divorced him. And that is the World. Again, a great world. Now, you don't have the 4 figures in the corner, but it's okay with this one because you've got that big opening behind her. And I really love the concept of what like you as the world. Now we're going to move into our aces. The first ace, ace of air. Let me get her quote up so I can read that for you. Oh, sorry. They're not in the order that I expect. They're fire, water, air, and earth. That's out of order for me, Ellen. Ah! This is Nemesis. She is one of the judgment goddesses in Greece. The first step in discernment, perceive what exists. Duh. Figure out what's real, what's not real. Figure out, if you're pissed off about something, figure out what's the reality of it. Are you mad because you misheard something? Me, I have very poor hearing if I don't have my hearing aids in, and I mishear things, and I'm like, what? So, you know, case in point today, somebody said they needed to get a bigger seat for their bike. Well, my husband and I were talking about me being able to ride this bike, and I thought he said he needed to get a bigger seat because I was going to ride it. So I was like, what? I was wrong. So, the first step in discernment, perceive what exists. That's the ace of air. The ace of fire is Vesta. Holy virgins, the holy fire. And this is, oh, I've got such a glare on these guys. I'm so sorry. Revere the source. Keep power pure. And these are gorgeous cards. I love the artwork in here. It's not overly decorated for those people who don't like, you know, really busy decks. This is a nice deck for that. The Ace of Water. Face of the Deep. This is an ancient goddess of the water. The sea knows all souls. Very simple, very direct, a little eerie. But you see that pearl right there? And the sea knows all souls. It's the beginning of emotional connection. It works for me as the Ace of Water very nicely. Then we move over into our Earth suit. Maybe if I can get to the pages. And the Earth suit, of course, the Ace of Earth is Gaia. And there she is. She's pregnant. She's ready. There's so much creation fixing to happen here. The earth gives birth to giants. Time to grow. That's saying we're all giants. We just have to grow. What a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant thing to say to us. Now, for the suits, I chose the same number card for each suit to show. I don't know why. It just felt fun today. We're going to do the 9s. The 9 of Air, Banshee. She's an Irish spirit of prophecy. It means you're fixing to check out, baby. If you would know, do not fear to see. Now, traditionally, this is a 9 of Swords. It's an anxiety card, a nightmare card, things of that nature. So it's very much... Sorry, I'm pulling a cat's tail to get her to stop doing something. Not hard. Tweaky. But the 9 of Air as Banshee is good because, you know, you worry, is the Banshee coming for me? Is it coming for somebody else? And you get all caught up in all this fear. The 9 of Fire is Kadesh. She is an Egyptian goddess of pleasure. All acts of love and pleasure are my rituals. Everything is hers. And that's fire. That's a 9 of Fire. All acts of love and pleasure are my rituals. Love. Y'all will notice I haven't been dropping them for my scans, so I'm just kind of jumping the scans in there. I apologize. I forget my own method. Now we move to the 9 of Water. The 9 of Water is the Lady of the Lake. All those swans. She's actually, the lake is her gown. She is part of the lake. Make a wish, take a vow. Nine of Water, traditionally, the 9 of Cups is the Make-A-Wish card for me. So this works very nicely for me. 9 of Water. Let's move to the 9 of Earth. And I really like the 9 of Earth here. I'm watching the cat before she starts to knock things off. That's Kisa, who you haven't met yet. She'll make an appearance, I'm sure, at some point. Yeah, here she comes. Hang on before we do the 9. Meet Kisa, the chunker. I know it. Look up. Okay, now you go down. Now let's move on to Blodwed, our 9 of Earth. She is a Welsh goddess who is made entirely of flowers. Enjoy the sweet season while it lasts. A great card for the 9 of Earth, because that's my card of understanding you're successful and looking at your successes and moving around from there. Kisa, don't eat the Mardi Gras beads. Y'all, really? Now we're going to do the suit cards, and I've chosen to do the fire or the wands for this suit. Where are you, fire? Fire, fire, fire. Oh, you're back over here. You know, I said the wrong thing for the 9 of Fire. I said it was Kadesh. And y'all were like, no, Arwen, that's not Kadesh. You were right. The 9 of Fire is actually Chantico, and she is a goddess of hearth, Aztec goddess. What you possess is worth protecting. My apologies. Now, let's move into... Now, her courts are Amazon, Siren, Witch, and Hag. Not Page, Prince, Princess, Knight, King, Queen. Amazon, Siren, Witch, Hag. So A-S-W-H. The Amazon of Fire is Pele. She's a volcano goddess, and she's a Hawaiian goddess, and her word is, a passionate heart should not be made tame. It's a nice thought, right? And you all know about Pele. If you go to Hawaii, do not bring home any lava. Bad luck will follow you. It's documented. It's sacred to her. She does not want you to take it. I believe there are properly blessed and released pieces you can buy, which is okay. Now, here is Kadesh. And she is an Egyptian goddess of pleasure. All acts of love and pleasure are my rituals. Kadesh, the Siren of Fire, which is the Night card. The Witch or Queen is Caradwin. And she's a changer, man. She makes things happen. If you don't know the story of Caradwin and Taliesin, look it up. Craft anew with the bones of the old. A nice card. And the Hag of Fire. I love the Hag of Fire. We're dipping into the Voodooan now. The Queen of the Cemetery, Maman Brigitte. Maman Brigitte says, dance with your ancestors, raise the dead. Now this has been the Dark Goddess Tarot review. I love it so much that I own 2 copies. Yes, it's true. I haven't gotten either side, and I really should have. But here it's from Arnell's art. Oh, Arnell, I can't get that to show up right for me. There. That's one of the little title cards. And the other one is this. And that's her High Priestess, the Pythia. I hope that you've enjoyed this. It really brings me a lot of joy for you to share these videos and to leave me comments and let me know what you thought of them. And if you have other ones you want to see me do, let me know. I'm going to kind of focus on some darker ones, so like probably Deviant Moon will be up, the Halloween Tarot, which isn't dark, the Halloween Oracle. I'll do a Ghosts and Spirits review on video because it is one of my favorite decks. I just did this week's Taroscopes using that deck. So let me know. And as always, y'all, seek joy and pass it on. I'm Arwen of Tarot by Arwen, and I'm very glad that you came and stopped by to see me. Bye-bye, y'all.